There we go. Perfect. Okay, boom. And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this evening. We have an amazing ensemble of panelists tonight that are going to give us some incredible information as well as inspiration, and that is none other than the legendary Machines Dynasty of the Junior Vanguard, now Vanguard champions, and just great believers and sisters overall, the Houston Vanguard. Assalamu alaikum, ma'am. Thank you very much for taking time out of you all's busy schedule to come on the People's Podcast. First of all, we want to let everyone introduce themselves. We're going to start with Sister Camila. Can you please say assalamu alaikum to everyone?
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. My name is Sister Camila, like you said, from Houston, Texas.
Excellent. Yes, ma'am. Then we're going to start with Sister Mariam. Can you let everyone know who you are, ma'am?
Assalamu alaikum, Sister Mariam from Houston, Texas as well.
Excellent. And our family holding it down, Sister Sadia, Sister. Go ahead and introduce yourself. I'm not going to say your name, sorry.
All right. Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Mubarak to everyone. And my name is Sister Sadia Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum and Ramadan Mubarak as well. My name is Sister Hania Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Mubarak. I'm Sister Naja Muhammad.
Hey, Ramadan Kareem, and thank you everyone who's watching. And man, and shout out to everyone, at home. Sister Miriam says, ASA family, alaikum salam, Mimi. Thank you everyone who's showing love, as well as our YouTube family as well. Let's get straight into it. Sister Camila, as someone that we all got to witness and watch grow up before our eyes with the Junior Vanguard Drill Team, what would you say has been your most favorable, your most memorable experience as a drill instructor?
It would have to be, oh wow, that's a good question. But probably my most memorable would have to be this year, actually. Although we came in second place, but great place. But it was a good and memorable year for me, especially because it was a lot going on this year, and it's a lot that I personally, but also I can speak for the rest of my team, that we had to push through, just with team members spraining ankles a couple of days before we had to perform. So having to switch things up and just having to lean on each other. So I would say that this year was probably the most memorable and most hard. It was like a really hard year for me. Just, being a drill instructor is not just getting up there and calling. Like, you have to call on the spirit of Allah to fuel you. You have to use the spirit of your sisters, and you have to show up, and you have to put whatever you going through behind you to show up for your team. And so that was extremely difficult, being somebody who has school, who has life was lifing. So I had to push through a lot of that. And, we got a lot of strong heads in Houston. And so having to push through all of that with each other, this year was definitely the most memorable and the most challenging year for me.
All praise to Allah. Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you very much for pushing through. And thank you, Naima. Assalamu alaikum family. Walaikum salam. Thank you, Naima. And thank you, everyone who was watching. All right. For you, Sister Mariam, what has been one of your favorite memories drilling along with the dynasty known as the Houston Vanguard and the Houston Sisterhood? So y'all were the dynasty since children, and now y'all grown. So what has been one of your favorite memories?
Favorite memories? It would probably have to be like the stuff that's not shown. I know especially when we were younger, we would have the closer it got to Savior's Day, we would have extended practices, or we would be at the mosque until maybe 6. Is that it would be late, but just especially during our break time where we got to just talk and just chill and just laugh and giggle and not be so stern in practice. So I think the behind the scenes for me would probably be my favorite part, and watching the creative process come to fruition. seeing stuff start with this and then seeing the ending product, it could be something completely different. But the whole behind the scenes and creative process for me probably is my favorite part of everything that we do.
All praise due to Allah. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you all very much. All right, let's go we'll go in age order. Sister Sadia, thank you for holding it down. This year, there was an epic moment where all of social media shut down because there was a drill video, a trailer that dropped, shook everybody up. How did that come about, ma'am?
Praise be to Allah. Well, my sister Naja, gotta give her some credit.
Okay.
We had to. It wasn't even like we're gonna send it in for a drill competition video. I just said, let me try and see, can I make a video? It was a challenge for myself. Like, let me try and see if I can make a video, a drill video, and include everyone, include all ages, include all groups that are in categories that are in the drill competition, and still try to make it exciting and get everybody in the spirit. And then I guess I don't know if Rashida, or I know for sure Sister Captain Malika, she I believe her and Sister Nuseba were having a conversation, and so Sister Nuseba was like, we need someone to make the video, and I had just so happened to be making a video already. And so by that time I think it was already completed. And so it was kind of just like it happened that way. But it wasn't like intentional, but it was at the same time. Like I wanted to make a real video, on that video, but that's how it came about.
All praises to Allah. Well, shout out to this idea. And do you have a company? Is this something that's going to be ongoing? And how can we promote and support you?
The name of the company is called Views. I'm working on small editing projects. I'm trying to start getting to know and learn about more the directing and camera side. But right now I do editing, and I have an Instagram as well for the editing company business.
All praises to Allah. Well, listen, this is your house, so feel free to come and promote any of your businesses. All of you all, if you all have anything that y'all want to come back on to promote, by all means, feel free. Praise be to Allah. All right, next we come in the age. We're going to use Sister Naja. First of all, Ramadan Mubarak again. And I wanted to ask you, ma'am, your favorite memory of drill?
Well, I can't say that there was anything in particular, but like Mariam said, it would have to be the things that happen more so behind the scenes, like when we first got the idea to do the drums, or when our drill coach just got the idea, and we would just be in there playing with them. Now all of a sudden everybody can play the drums. Memories and moments like that, those are my favorite drill scenes.
Praise be to Allah. Shout out to the drums. That was something that pushed drill forward. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that pushed drill forward, and we appreciate that. Thank you all very much for that. Matter of fact, the drill team, we were on the sideline watching you all, the brother drill team, and when that happened, I was just like, I just started cussing and telling my drill team, we about to we about to go to war. I was like, yeah, they was like, Josh, calm down. I was like, nah, because they done got drums and stuff and this war time. Go. So that y'all motivated me behind the scenes for sure that year. I mean, you always do, but that year as well. Sister Valerie says ASA family, you all's blood sister. Rashida says ASA family, welcome salam. Thank you all for watching. All right, to one half of the twins, Sister Hania, correct?
Yes, sir.
Make sure I pronounced it correct. Yes, ma'am. Now, for you being one of the youngest members of the drill team, but somebody that we literally watched grow up, all the way, go back to the original when y'all had gray on, I want to say 2011. Now to see you all where you are now, what is your favorite memory of drilling, man?
I have to say my favorite memory of drilling outside of, like Mariam and I just said, behind the scenes, the year we had to do the drill off.
2017.
The 2017.
Okay.
It was kind of like it had my adrenaline running because I didn't know what was going on. And well, actually nobody knew what was really going on. Everybody was like, what? Huh? and then we have to get on stage and just
Kill it.
perform.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perform, literally.
Perform. Yeah.
And I'm glad you brought that up, Sister Hania, because that is something that I want you all to make sure that you all get enough credit for too. And that's something else that pushed drill forward forever. We never saw that. We never witnessed anything like that. That was the year that we won first place in Atlanta FOI, and I said, Assalamu alaikum. I had my moment. I was like, boom, that's it. We passing the baton. Shout out to 2017. But now while we trying to worry about what we got going on in the placement and all of that, they like, hey, you about to have a drill off with Joy, Houston Junior Vanguard. I'm like, a drill off? Like, y'all gonna do elimination? That's something that we never saw before. So that's just incredible. And I pray that kind of stuff happens again moving forward, because that's what makes it. That's probably one of the greatest memories in the history of drill. Like, that's not something that we've never seen ever in any category. No drill off. Like, that's phenomenal. Naima says drill off was iconic. It was, and it's something that we need to. That's what made it real. It made it real to everybody. Because after that, everybody was like, I bet y'all want to drill off though. Bet y'all want to drill off though. All right, that's Sister Camila.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. I wanted to ask you, what is some of the advice that you would give to sisters around the nation, around the world, that didn't grow up with the tight knit, going to school together, having nation babies that y'all have a bond unbreakable by the grace of Allah. But for new sisters who are coming in different cities, who are trying to get that spirit, get that bond and that sisterhood, what advice would you give to them as their, the drill instructor, as a leader? What advice would you give to other cities to help them get their sisterhood tight?
I would say you just have to be to make. Are you saying like for the drill team to be tight, or just
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But both.
Both. Okay. You have to be friends outside of just drill season. Because drill season, we come together, that's a lot of emotions, And if you drill at that level, you up there, that's a lot of, it's very emotional during that time. And if you don't already know who a person is and how they already are before drill season, it's going to be a little difficult to have a tight, close-knit spiritual sisterhood. So you have to be friends before, and you have to be in the work before. So that's why going to the mosque, going on Saturdays and Sundays, Wednesday, Fridays, that's good. That's praise be to Allah. Do that. Keep doing that. However, you have to still plan something outside of that. Get to know each other just on a personal level. And that's something that we do. We make it a mission. Okay, we going to brunch. We going to brunch, or we going out to eat. Let's get dressed up and let's go do this. Let's go do girl stuff and let's just all hang out. And that's something I would say that for us sets us apart. We are family and very spiritual, and we try to push each other. And so we're friends outside of drill season. It's just for a couple of months, but we actually are friends and real sisters. We go to each other's houses, friends with each other's moms, dads. We are family. And so I would say that's something you have to do, because the drill is just the physical aspect, but it's spiritual as well. And you have to have, it's a team. It's no I in team. It is not just the drill instructor. It's everybody. The drill instructor calls the movement, but we got to still move as a unit and as a team. So I would say be friends outside of it, set up socials. And then when it's time for drill season, everybody locks in. And that's when y'all lock in and you give a great, put on a great show. But yeah.
Okay, well, great. Thank you very much for your representation. Thank you all who are watching. Thank you, Sister Rashida says agreed. All right, for you, Sister Mariam, am I saying is Mariam or Mariam? Mariam, yes, ma'am. All right, this is Mariam. What I wanted to ask you is, for you, once again, following up with what Sister Camila just said, with the value of the sisterhood and the teamwork, what I witnessed when I went to Houston, I got to see you all in person. I was like, oh, this is really what they do. I can tell, I can read, this ain't no fake, this is not something that's fake. What do you suggest to other sisters around the nation, and brothers as well? Because brothers, we got to keep our brotherhood tight. So what do you suggest just as something that when it's not drill season that keeps y'all tight?
I would say to just show up. I know for me personally, I grew up with them, but I wasn't like, they grew up when they was like babies. I came in the picture like a little bit later, but I know for me, when I was younger at that age, my mom made it a point to bring me to the mosque. Like if they were having things for the junior MGT, she made sure that I was there. So I would say making sure that you are showing up, because even if you aren't as close with the youth at your mosque, it's only going to naturally happen the more that you kind of start to like insert yourself in those positions. Like if every time they're doing something, you're always there, it's only a matter of time before you are just going to be included in that family unit or that family bond. So I would say show up, be open to meeting new people. I know sometimes that can be kind of hard for people, but or just start finding small things that you all may have in common, whether it's a show that you may like or an artist that you may like, or even if it's a lecture from the minister, small stuff. And then eventually, before you know it, as time passes, y'all will all be like this. So that when drill season comes, you know, it's the people who you have been working with who are going to be a part of that team probably. And the stronger your sisterhood or brotherhood is, the more spirit that you can kind of muster up and for it to translate on stage. Because I know one thing that our coaches have always told us is the one thing that sets us apart is our spirit and our sisterhood. And you can tell and just look at us that like we really are like sisters. Like it don't just come on when we get on stage. When we get off stage, it's okay. What we all about to go do? Like I'll say the bond that everybody sees, it has come through time, effort, and work. So the advice that I would say is to show up and be present to be a part of the sisterhood or brotherhood. So that's what I'll say.
All praises to Allah. And thank you all, and thank you everyone who's watching. For you, sister, we're going back with age. Sister Sadia, are you ever going to release some of the exclusive footage that y'all got behind the scenes, put together a documentary from all these years? I know y'all got video footage. Are we gonna get it? Are we gonna get a Last Dance documentary? Are we gonna get a this is the boom? Like I know y'all gonna give us something. Like what we got? We got coming down the pipe.
I don't know. I think that it's really the team's decision, because we, like you said, we have a lot of behind the scenes footage, but gotta get people's consent, and you know how women are. You gotta see how they look and all that stuff. So, are they cute in certain videos, and their hair is fine in other videos? So it's just a matter of getting everyone's opinion and just making sure that I want to do it. I want to do the documentary, so it's really up to the team. But inshallah, we'll be able to have that for you all. So,
to a lot. I think that you
a
all
lot of years. Yeah, like it's so many videos. Even when we go back, when we're starting in the beginning of the drill season, we going back and looking at old videos. Like, man, like we was just 15, 16. So, yeah.
Excellent. Praise be to Allah. Well, I just want to let it be publicly known that when you all do it, if y'all need any men, any of the brothers, or any endorsements, do y'all need a voiceover? Y'all need somebody to just be like, Houston Vanguard machines, Houston Vanguard, the dynasty. And I'm just saying, I'm just throwing out there, I'm not auditioning, so I'm just saying, if y'all need anybody to be like, yo, this is you are the trendsetters, the ones who not only started the two girls, which is forever were now because of 2011, because of the twins with the Houston. That's why I got to make sure that we on record saying y'all might need somebody else to give y'all credit. The uniforms, that gray uniform that y'all came out with 2011. I mean, that's been duplicated so much. Just a lot. Houston has innovated a lot of things with drill. So I just want to make sure that's on record. And when you drop the doc, just drop the doc. You know what I'm saying? Just drop it just so people can have it on YouTube. So people like, for the record, we ain't saying nothing, but 1 ring, 2 ring, 3 ring, 4. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta do it. Sometimes you got the documentary speak for itself. All right, now Sister Naja, for you, ma'am, what advice would you give to everyone who's out there? This is something specific for you, who has to drill with their siblings. I had the opportunity to drill my brother 1 year, and just what it's like working with, having been on the team with your blood family. Like, what is that like?
Talk
Well,
about
first, I'm going to say Sadia is one of those people that hide from the camera. So she's a part of the problem. Okay. But, oh God. So you know how to say familiarity breeds contempt?
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
That energy and that attitude that Camila was just talking about, as I'm sure you know, it's worse when you have to deal with your siblings because it's like, well, other people, I gotta be respectful. I have to make sure my delivery is when it's like, it's my sister, and basically, you know, I'm more comfortable with her, so I'm gonna treat her a different way. Like, there's no being nice about it. This is what you need to do. These are the moves, and so that's how that experience is. But I will say, just with drilling with your blood sisters and drilling with sisters that are not exactly, you know, y'all are not blood related, it's different, but it's not really that different. Because like they said, we've been on Camila since our whole lives. And then Mariam, same thing, we've been knowing her since we always saw her around. Mariam from the north side.
North side.
Ways. But we've been knowing her
Not that
since we were
far.
younger as well. So it's like, if anybody asks me, like, no, that is my sister. Like, it's no, Mariam is my sister. Camila is my sister. T Malika, so that's family. So
Family.
yes, there's some differences, but really, it's for the most part, it's the same.
Okay, great. I'm glad you all said that because that has not been my experience. Because I have my sisters and my brother, like they can be the most honest people you ever gonna meet. So in a good way, and sometimes in a bad way. They my number one cheerleaders, they my number one supporters. But it was also one year I never forget. My sisters, they always gonna ride for me, so they with it. My brother, he gonna ride. They gonna be honest. Like, we love you, Josh. But one year we had to go. We drilled after one of the greatest routines came off the stage. And we like, I don't care, let's go. So we drilling and we come back. I look at my brother and I'm like, nigga, we dead. What? Who? Where? He was like, nah, this ain't our year. I was like, what you mean? He was like, before, I don't even know what you think you thought just happened out there. This ain't that. Now, this when you hear your blood brother telling you this, you're like, ah. And then I look at my sister.
Be a little bit too honest.
Yeah, and then Naima crying. I'm looking at my sister. She crying. I'm like, you're crying? Like, how bad was it? Like, what did we just win? This ain't your year. I'm like, oh. So yeah, sometimes your siblings are gonna be very, you know, honest in a way that everybody else would not be. So that's a good thing, and you know, it can hurt your feelings as well. All right, let's go to our sister, who once again probably the most quiet out of everyone that we got to witness grow up, and that is Sister Hania. For you, ma'am, what do you see the future? Where do you see drill going that it already hasn't gone, ma'am? Like, because every year we're trying to like push the envelope, do something new. What do you think that we can do as somebody who you're Junior Vanguard killing it now, Junior MGT killing it, now you're an adult? Where do you think drill can go?
Well, that is a good question. Do I have the answer? I don't have the answer. But just know that I don't know how to say this. I'm just gonna be honest. Just expect another level of drill the next time you see Houston. So that's all I have to say.
little confident.
That's all I have to say.
A lot of pressure.
Exactly.
Ania, man,
This is off record.
Yeah.
off the record.
Off the record, praise be to Allah, and I believe that we would expect nothing less. Just based off your track record, that's what has been shown, is that Houston with Junior MGT, now Vanguard, has pushed the envelope since the beginning. So y'all put the pressure on us. I'm telling y'all, when y'all were Junior MGT and I would make my drill team, everybody, my cousin is a judge on the now. His name is Leonard, and he's a FOI, he's a judge on the drill competition, and he would be like, yo, he was Fedaheen, New York, and he's like, yo, what you think New York doing, Chicago? I said, bro, I ain't thinking about the FOI category. We think about Junior MGT. We looking at y'all trying to get our routine. That's what we trying to compete with. We're trying to compete with some next level stuff like that. FOI, we was good where we was at. You know what I'm saying? We knew what we could do, but you all pushed the envelope at all times. So just know that you all inspire not just the sister side, but the brother side, if they're smart, They're always trying to keep up what Houston got going on. Sister Amatullah says, ASA, walaikum salam. And your brother Jabbar said, Sister Hania is quiet. I mean, with a question mark. So you say question mark. So I guess you're not. Maybe we don't know. Maybe we don't know that this is the quiet side. This is the Hania. All right, let's talk about your parents very briefly. We'll start with you, Sister Camila. Your parents and what that's like growing up. Having your parents. Having your moms and your dad.
Yeah. Well, you all know my mom is the student regional captain, so it's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. But of course, sometimes, you deal with her being a student regional captain. And then, of course, my wonderful dad, he's always just been really number one supporter. And I'm such a daddy's girl, and always, people say I'm spoiled. I don't think so. But, I love my dad, of course. So growing up with them, I was the only child, but it didn't really feel like that again, because my mom, like Mariam was saying, show up, and if you have parents that place you in environments, that's what she did. My parents did, placed me in environments, forced me to go to elevated places, and just be around the Muslim children and just be around everybody. And so I would say it was good growing up with them. Great parents. And of course, as with my mom being the student regional captain, it comes with a lot of pros, just being blessed and able to meet the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And even tying it back to drill, something that I did, one year I saw him, and I had a gift card that I had all the team. I don't know if y'all remember, everybody on the team signed it. And so we gave it to the minister, and the minister read every single person's name on the card and didn't mess up anybody's name, read every single person, was just like, tell them I give them the greetings. And even just, so with those opportunities, it's absolutely amazing. The minister seeing us coming out, telling him, he was like, because he watches them. So he was like, I saw y'all walking on fire. And so that was the year we had the backdrop. He said, I saw y'all walking on fire. And he was like, when I saw y'all come out, like I just knew it. So just being able to have those experiences and then going back to tell my team is just so amazing. And I couldn't be able to have those experiences without my mother. And then, of course, shout out to my mom again, KC, Camila's Closet. I'm wearing one of the garments, and you see the girls wearing the garments as well. Her, KC, making the drill uniforms. So you seeing that level of creativity was fueled from Camila's Closet. So being able to match the routine with the uniform is what is. So shout out to her, just amazing mother, amazing father. So I would say I had a pretty good childhood, so I'm really grateful for my parents.
All praise due to Allah. Yes, ma'am. I like that. Shout out to KC. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Camila. I didn't know Camila's Closet had a nickname, but shout out to KC. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Camila's Closet for sure. Yes, ma'am. And shout out to, of course, T. Malika and Brother Jeffrey. And yes, yeah, we love your parents. Shout out to the believers. And people are saying phenomenal young sisters. Thank you, Sister Mary. Sister Mary saying ASA, all praise to Allah. Thank you very much. People showing love all around the world. Beautiful. And Sister Rashida, you all sister says we love Casey. Casey rocks, and Casey's cool. I think that's what she's saying. And shout out to Sugarland. That's my favorite place to visit when I go to Houston. All right, this is Mariam. Your parents, ma'am, and let us know what that's like growing up in Houston.
I'll say my mom, as long as I could remember, my mama she was the first officer in Houston. I know when I was younger, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm always at the mosque. Like, we would go on Sundays, get there early, and we wouldn't leave because she was always in a meeting. And then at one point, I know for like a while she got relieved, and then she was back as first officer. But my mom is one of those sisters, like, she's always working, like always working. So I think that she has instilled that in me. But yeah, I think my mama, they say that I'm spoiled too. Like, them three down there, they say that I'm spoiled too. And I think I've just come to the point where I've just like accepted it, like it is what it is. But she made Islam fun for me, and she never made me feel like that I was like missing out on anything. Like I said, I didn't I didn't start EP with them. I went to public school, and at one point she was like, "You saying that your best friends are not in the mosque?" She was like, "That's an issue for me, so we're gonna change that." So literally, when I said like she would bring me to the mosque, like she brought me there. She would make me do things with the girls to build that sisterhood. And then at one point she was like, "Yeah, you're not going to that school anymore. Now you're going to EP." And I think at one point, like they said, I do live on the north side. So from my house to the elevated places, probably with traffic in the morning, was like 45 maybe minutes. And my mom had to be at work on this side of town. So at one point it was like, I don't know how you're going to get to EP anymore. So Sister Melva and Brother Isaiah graciously opened up their home, and I stayed with them to go to the elevated places. So we really have like a family bond. And of course, my Auntie Malika, love her so much, and Uncle Jeffrey. So I just think like we really have like a family bond. Like she said, these are my sisters. Like I didn't have any sisters growing up. I had brothers, so being with them is really like the highlight for me. So yeah, I would say my parents, they made Islam fun for me, and I think that they did a pretty good job so far by the grace of Allah. So yes.
All praises to Allah. Shout out to your parents. Shout out to T. Malika, Brother Jeffrey. And now coming home to some parents that I got, watched me grow up as well as you all's parents. But as an adult, shout out to Brother Isaiah just for being great representative, with a great uncle, businessman, holding it down. Shout out to, he's one of my favorite cappers in the world. Shout out to Brother Isaiah. And then your mother, what are we talking about? Sister Melva, we love her. So, okay, boom. So we're going to start with you, Sister Sadia. Let us know what it was like growing up in your household now.
It was, like she said, to add on to Mariam and Camila, it was definitely a blessing. Being able to, I would say the opposite of Camila, not like the house was always busy, loud. It's always something going on. It's a little bit more quieter now, but just the energy is always like family oriented. But as far as our parents, I would say they really made us a point. They really made it a point to, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I'm going to be an example.
Right.
And I think that my mother is the best example that I know. And as far as my father is the best example of what I know of, not only an MGT, but in an FOI, but a woman, a real virtuous woman, and also a hardworking and striving and God-fearing man. So I would say they weren't like, oh, helicopter parents, all that stuff, but they would tell us, like, they would be just good examples. And I think that a lot of times we try to tell people what to do, but they watch us more than they are listening to our words to see if we are actually going to be reflections of what we say. And I think that my parents, again, after the minister, Master Armand, people, I really look up to my parents as far as marriage and relationships between male and female, how they even approach challenges. But I think that for me, have been good examples of what my dad being a real man and my mother being a real woman. And so after that, adds on to the teachings, and they made it a point for us to believe that there's only one God but Allah. And after that, I think that we had, like, they gave us a great foundation in what we do. So it's like, oh, I'm bringing you to the mosque on Sundays, but then after that, they don't take us. So we go. It's literally like we get in the car and we go. So they don't have to tell us like, oh, go say prayer, go do this, because they've been examples. They've been such great examples of what we should do that now we doing our best to at least live up to those examples that have been put before us. But yes, sir, it's definitely been a blessing.
All praises to Allah. That's the most I've ever heard Sister Sadia speak, and she beautiful, beautiful. All right, we're coming to you, Sister Hania. We're coming to you as well, Sister Naja. 1 second. Sister Candace Felix Gordon says, I want all my girls to grow up and be just like y'all, inshallah. Sister Rashida says, yes, relationship goals. Sister Naima says, shout out to Sister Melva. She wish we had elevated places here. I wish we had elevated places here as well. Brother William Solomon says, absolutely. Sister Zaina says, these sisters inspire her so much. Sister Mary says, excellent testimony. Beautiful. Excellent. Everybody's bearing witness and all that good stuff. All right. Now, Sister Naja, for you, ma'am, I wanted to ask you, what is it like, growing up in your household?
Ooh, it's loud. Like Sadia said, it's gotten a bit quieter now, but I just don't know that to be true. This is definitely loud. There's always something going on here, but just to reiterate what she said, when it comes to our parents, they didn't, they tell us that Islam was given to us as a religion, but it's simply a way of life that we can bear witness that was what they showed to us.
That's true.
It was never, I don't remember it ever having, my mama didn't force, or my dad didn't, they didn't force us to do it. They just showed us what to do, and then eventually we all came along. So one thing I know for sure, as it relates to your question, that they showed us how to do was to be giving people. And so when I say the house is loud, it's not necessarily because we are just a loud group, although we can be. But because there's always somebody here. There's always somebody, my mama with the elevated places, but the elevated places apparently has after hours. So there's always somebody's child here. Mariam stayed with us for a few years. She was not the only one. They just kept coming and coming. So they showed us how to be givers. And yeah, growing up, how was that? Always something going on here. It's always somebody at home. To have a peaceful day at home or a quiet day, I should say, it's almost a miracle. But yes, sir.
All praise to Allah, and we're coming to our sisters Hania, and I just want to say, to our brother, you all's brother Jabbar. Shout out to your blood brothers as well, and all you all's other siblings as well, and to brother Jabbar, Kumo Stas, more bien. You know what's going on, all that Spanish stuff. You know what's happening. Yeah, y'all see it. Y'all hear the Spanish. Spanish too. Boom. All right, let's go. All right, now for you, Sister Hania, I wanted to ask you, ma'am, what was it like being the youngest out of many siblings? What was it like growing up in your household?
It was like being the only child. I'm just kidding. It wasn't like
Yeah.
I would have to say that, well, they think that me and Sania are spoiled. We're not. But Camila, no, we're not. I just think that our parents grew as everybody got older. So they didn't treat Nadia and Sadia the same way they treated Sania and I, because they grew
Older.
They grew.
I know about that. I know about the parents. I know about the parents method changes, boy. I know about it.
But everything that Nadia and Sadia said, they are just great examples. It did come to a certain point where, like, sometimes my mom would go to the mosque and she didn't take us, and I'll be like, why didn't you take us to the mosque? Like, why didn't you wake us up?
We got left.
If we wasn't up on time. Like, she stopped waking us up. So they really did just show us good examples on how to be a good MGT and what a good FOY should look like.
And can I just say,
Not just on paper.
And
Go
go
ahead.
go ahead.
I just want to give a shout out to one of my brothers, because his name is Aziz. But he used to, and during Ramadan, or was it regularly? I don't know. It could have been regularly, but he used to like wake us up or go get us to say prayer with him, like if he was about to say prayer. And I just think that's a good example, because
Okay, Aziz.
he acted like he was our father. If my dad wasn't there sometimes.
Yeah. But after, like, to add on to what she's saying, after our parents showed us those examples, we had other examples in Rashida, Rashid, Aziz, Jabbar, because like she said, he would wake us up for prayer. Rashid, I guess he's another example of my dad just being hardworking, determined, and just determined to make things happen. Rashida, she's a giver. She's always helping. She's always opening her heart. She's always passionate. And yeah, after we had those examples, we had other little smaller examples trying to be our parents. But yeah, they helped us as well. So shout out to all those.
But Jabbar and Aziz being fluent in Spanish, and then some of us know a little bit of Spanish, that all is a testament again to my mother and what she has done.
Yes.
Like, for real.
Yeah, I would have
Shout out
to.
to elevated places. Baribo, Amasanin, I believe, Trabajador, boom, there it is. If y'all didn't get that, then y'all need to go to Spanish 5. That's all I'm saying. If y'all ain't catch all that,
I don't think that's.
That ain't it.
I
That
don't
ain't
think
it.
that was right.
now, Sister Camila, you supposed to be my attorney. You supposed to always be on my side. You know,
Say that one more time.
you supposed to always be on my side. All right, here we go. So now, Sister Camila, I wanted to ask you, could you tell us outside of you all's routine, if you could just name one of your favorite routines that inspires you throughout the years?
Oh wow. Oh boy.
So everybody else start thinking about yours while she's thinking about her, while she's saying, so I can see how to be prepared. You know,
routine. I really am inspired by, I don't know a specific routine, but I would say just their team, and they bring it every single year. Chicago Vanguard, they are like, they are next level. And I would say, I'll be honest, I was scared when after we was done being junior MGT, coming into being Vanguard, I was scared and nervous because I was just like, y'all, this is like, they a dynasty. I was like, they've won more than we have. And I was just like, and like a DI that I always just like just thought was really good was Ayana, and I was just like, Ayana's good. But then when I heard she moved to Atlanta, I was like, oh thank God. I was like, praise be to Allah. I was like, but then when she came out with Atlanta, I was like, oh my goodness. But she was just like, their team is just really amazing. I don't know a specific routine, but I have like favorites from every little thing. Just something that everybody does is just always just really amazing. And then also Joy is another good DI. Just from speaking from being a DI, Joy is a great DI. Just even from this year, I always just that part. It was really good. So it's just from different routines. And also shout out to y'all. Y'all are amazing as well. Like you said, you get inspired from every single person, but I would say Chicago Vanguard is just top notch. They are creativity, like precision, and just being as a unit and as a they are phenomenal. They are phenomenal. So yeah.
Praise be to Allah. That means a lot coming from Sister Camila. We're going to you, Sister Mariam. Give us just a favorite, one of your favorite routines.
I would say I don't remember what year, but I know it was Chicago Vanguard. They had on brown, and this was when Ayana was still the DI. I don't remember what year it was, but I was just like, oh my God. Like, I think that Chicago Vanguard, their precision is like next level. I would say I love Attila as a DI for Atlanta Vanguard. I don't remember the year again, but it was a year with that they had on beige, and it was one cadence that she said that like every time I hear it, I start saying it with her. Like I would go back and watch the clips and watch the tapes, and I will also say Atlanta FOI, you are like goated. Like just the words, the cadence, like the beats, like making it like appealing. And also I will have to say shout out to New York FOI as well, Brother Alton. And then up there, they are like 10 out of 10. I just think I feel like every team and every city has like different things that it's just like they have those things that they just do well. But those are the ones that are coming to my head right now. But I feel like every city, they just have something about them, you know. So.
Praise it to a lot. And Sister Sania, who is in the comments, says Atlanta FY Rashad came out. Thank you, Sister Sania. And we're holding it down. This is just this is just part one of the Houston Vanguard thing. Y'all can always come on people's podcasts whenever y'all want, so we can actually hear your voicemail and hear, you know, your opinions. So you want to just be in the comments. All right, Sister Sadia, what you got? Give us a favorite routine.
My favorite routine. Can I do like a category? Because there's so many.
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
I would say, like they said, well, actually, I don't know. It's too many. So, but I would say one of my favorite routines is 2023 when we drilled. Not just for the routine, but like she said, like I just have moments that I remember, like us transitioning from junior Vanguard to Vanguard. Like even when Sister Nuseba came down, she was like, y'all in the grown women category now.
Yeah.
So it was like a big challenge for us, like trying to prove ourselves, being scared, nervous, like being apprehensive about going up against teams that we still look up to and used to look up to when we were junior Vanguard. So I would say that's one of my many favorite teams.
And
Shout out to
that's
all the teams. Shout out to all the teams.
That's all team. That's a very Joshua Leonard Muhammad response right there. You know, us in 2000. I like that. I like how you did, like, I'm gonna say, shout out to Houston. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Houston. For you, Sister Nadra Mel, what is one of your favorite routines of all time?
Yeah, I don't have just one, but I want to start off with Chicago Vanguard, specifically 2016 and 2017. That was,
Okay.
but before that, I have to give credit to LA Vanguard because they
Yes.
and we have taken the different beats to a whole different level. I think we perfected it, but they started it, and they deserve credit for that. So LA Vanguard, I think that was, I don't remember the year, but LA Vanguard and then Chicago Vanguard 2016 and 2017. That's when their reign started. And then we came. And then I would have to say Atlanta FOI. Really, you could go any year because you talking about how we pushed the fold. You pushed the fold. You had a blindfold. You was
The
you came-
blindfold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course New York FOI probably 2014. But yeah.
Okay, show out Sister Nadja holding it down. Thank you all very much. All right, now Sister Hania, I mean, you keep being the last person, so it's no pressure, but a little pressure. Okay, what's your favorite routine?
Okay, I would do 3 categories.
Okay.
FOI is when New York drill. I don't remember what year that was, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
What year?
Yeah.
2011.
2011, New York GFOY 2011. That was a good.
Okay. Okay.
FOI, I would have to say what Sania said when Brother Rashad came out, and then also the blindfold. Was that the same routine?
No, that's 2 different.
Oh, that's a different one, but
2011.
I mean, we know all y'all entire routines. So every routine, praise to Allah, was so great. But I would have to say for Junior Vanguard is when we did the exhibition. I honestly think that's one of our top 3 routines. When we did the exhibition, that was a great opening. And honestly, I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it with the drums because I kept messing up. But on stage,
Something happened.
I made it happen. But those 3 routines, yeah. Exhibition.
Okay, and I didn't even know that you were the one playing the drums. I didn't know who was playing the
It
drums.
was
And who
2 sets,
It
right?
was Sania and I.
That was 2018,
18.
and then the Burgundy year we did drums. That was Samia and Amaria.
That was before. That was after.
That's what she said.
So that was 2019.
No, we didn't.
No, it was 2018 was the exhibition year.
Yes.
That's the blue and red. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the exhibition you talk about. Okay.
Yes, the blue and red.
Praise be to Allah. Also, that's the reason I asked that question. Where do y'all think drill can go to our sister Hania is because if I was still in the competition, y'all be like, Josh, you can't come out with a guitar. Like we gonna push it. If it's one thing we gonna do, y'all push it. One thing I'm like, okay, I see that, and I'm raising it. Now I'm like, okay, now we coming out with 5 trumpets, with violins. We come like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep going. You can't never not do it. Brother Kenny says ASA 45 in the building. Brother Kenny X Davis, thank you very much, Brother Davis. And I just want to thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on for part 1 of a mini series. This is home for y'all people's podcast. Anytime y'all want to come on and talk about your individual achievements, accomplishments, goals, anything that we can be of service to, we family, y'all already know what it is. Brother Z says formations, people just showing love to you all around. Can't wait to upload to YouTube. Sister Camila, can you please, we want to make sure we give the greetings. Can you please give a greetings to everybody before we close out?
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Thank you so much again for coming on. And thank you, Josh. We really do appreciate it. And
Thank
just
you.
for asking us questions, showing love, and giving us credit. And just thank you again. We really do appreciate it. And thank you to everybody who joined in. Assalamu alaikum.
And also, I gotta make sure I reach out to your mama so we can get KC, locked in. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make sure that we promote KC because now that's a new thing I'm gonna be saying. So every time I see your mom, I'm gonna be saying that for the record. All right. And for you, Sister Mariam, could you please give everyone the greetings, ma'am?
Oh, assalamu alaikum, everybody. Ramadan Mubarak again. Just want to reiterate again. Thank you so much for having us, for bringing us on, allowing us to talk, talk about drill, something that's very passionate to us, our upbringing. Thank you for everybody who was showing love in the comments, whether you sharing it, reposting it, anything like that. Just thank you so much for having us and always being a supporter of the Houston Vanguard. Assalamu alaikum, everybody.
Islam, you already know what it is. Sister Sadia.
Yes, thank you. Thank you to everyone that tuned in. Thank you, Josh, specifically for having us on the show and giving us the platform, the opportunity to, like you said, speak and give our opinions on the drill. I watched a lot of your other videos. So just thank you in general for even having this show and using it as a platform for believers and people around the world to just give insight on different questions and different things that's going on in their life. So thank you to everyone and assalamu alaikum.
Salam. And thank you all. Also, I got a new camera I got right before Savior's Day. So the next time I'm in Houston, this show a lot for some in-person stuff. We'll be doing I gotta work with Sister Sadia so we can get, some work together, some behind the scenes of what 45 is like. And I'm getting the footage because y'all need to drop y'all documentary. I'm dropping one from the outside looking in what I think about Houston, the dynasty. So I need y'all to make sure y'all drop yours first. All right, Sister Naja, ma'am, could you please give everyone the greetings?
Hello, everybody, and Ramadan Mubarak. Of course, thank you, Josh, for creating the platform for the people. And then also thank you for having us. And then thank you for everybody that tuned in. And thank you for having us because we don't often speak not about drill or anything else. So again, thank you for having us.
All praise to Allah. Sister Captain Brenda says, thank you, Houston Vanguard. So beautiful. Sister Captain, we look forward to you coming on after Ramadan. Your word is your bond. Bond is life. I'm holding you to that. Boom. There it is. You gotta put that. You gotta put that on. You gotta put it on us now. They said that you gave us your word now. And Sister Rashida said, beautiful job, ladies. All of that finger snapping. Sister Mary said, wonderful presentation. Brother Jabbar said he thought your favorite year was when he drilled. And people just showing love. Sister Hania, for you, ma'am, could you please give us the greetings?
Assalamu alaikum, family, and I pray that y'all enjoyed this podcast. Also, thank you, Brother Josh, for inviting us on here, and thank you for the people that's watching. And Ramadan Mubarak, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your Ramadan. It's going great.
Ramadan Kareem, all praises to Allah. On that positive note, please, y'all, don't forget to send me y'all pictures so we can make sure we upload this to YouTube.
That's right now.
Exactly. I'm about to break my fast right now. And thank you, everyone, for watching. This is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off for the People's Podcast. Assalamu alaikum.
Wow.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you all for watching.